Hi everyone, I'm standing here in the headquarters of Austrian Post in Vienna with Baptiste Brossard-Kimmel, the Managing Director of Effigy Consulting. And we've just attended the two-day Connect to Posts event here in Vienna. And of course, it's always interesting to see what are the key takeaways from an industry event like this. What can we learn? What can we gain from the networking over the 2 days here? So Baptiste, you've been here for 2 days. We've had some very intensive conversations with quite a few people. We've heard some interesting presentations and also participated in some very interactive workshops. So what for you are the main takeaways? What have you learned and heard to take away from this event in Vienna?
Yes, thank you, Paul. I think this event was pretty focused on the major transformations of the industry, and it was largely driven by questions on AI, how AI can impact the postal world and how it can support the postal transformation. So I really appreciate the introduction of Walter Oblin, the CEO of Austrian Post Group, that pointed out the major transformation of the postal world. So basically, I mean, without any surprises, decreasing letter mail volume that put a bit of pressure on the unit cost, increasing parcels, but in a very competitive area. So here's also a bit of pressure on the price at the end and the margin for the postal operator, and a need to diversify their activities. And that's where AI offers also a lot of opportunities. So this first intro was very nice. And then we jump into a different workshop about AI and how AI can support, can provide opportunities, can impact their model.
Do you think with AI there are more opportunities for the postal industry or more risks when we think about the potential impact on jobs, for example?
Right. I think it was very interesting to see that at the end people are really balanced. Balanced because we see things that happens and that works. Typically there was a lot of demo about POC that are already running into postal operators, and that works. Let's take a few examples about last mile dynamic routing, where AI is offering a real-time tracking for the parcels to come in. These things works already, and that's improvement. So this is opportunity, because at the end you can provide real-time services to the end customers by doing rerouting or adapting an exact ETA of the parcels. So that's clear that this is an opportunity. And on the other side, you're right to talking about the labor and the workforce, because there is a lot of questions about, yes, but if at the end, if we are more efficient and we replace a few workers by a few AI agents or robots, what does it mean? Something that was really concrete about that, it was the physical AI, and so the robotics.
Right.
I mean, here it's feasible because you replace on the production line people, men and women, by robots. So there it's obvious. You do -1 as soon as you create one robot. But yeah, there was a real question about that as well.
Right. Apart from that, we discussed various other topics here during the 2 days. Any other topics that you would like to highlight as important learnings from this event?
Yeah, I would end with probably that the discussion we have had at the end about, in an AI world, what is the main asset for the postal players, and I really like the idea that probably trust is one of the major assets for the AI, and the postal players definitely have that trust as an asset already.
Yes.
That's something they have had for years and probably since their creation. So it's definitely an asset for them in an AI world, and at some point you don't be diluted in the AI coming tomorrow. And behind that, as soon as you say, okay, there is an asset, that's a trust. The real question is how we can let the choice for the last mile carrier in the checkout. Because if you let the choice to the consumer and consumer has trust in postal operators or carriers, they will choose it. But as soon as you no longer let the choice, because typically you're doing AI shopping through agentic shopping, and the AI choose for you, you no longer have the choice of the carrier. So that's the point. Remain visible. Don't become a commodity. And that's where your asset can play a role.
Yeah. So in other words, leveraging the benefits and the assets that they already have. But it's a challenging world, so I think it will be interesting to see what happens now over the next couple of years as let's say the postal operators really move from projects to more of a strategic way to look at these topics. So Baptiste, many thanks once again for your insights and your takeaways, and it was a pleasure.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.